Hi everyone, this is Olivia Modecator, founder and CEO of Dance Ed Tips. Today I wanted to give you a review and my thoughts on a new piece of technology that is called a Swivl. This is it. So a Swivl is a device that you put your iPad into, and it allows for you to record yourself teaching or do Zoom classes with the device actually following you around the room. So traditionally, we use our phones or we use our computers to video, and as dancers, we move around a lot, and those cameras are stationary and they can't follow you around as you dance. So the Swivl actually moves around and rotates on its stand here. So this device rotates and it can follow you around the room. So I've been messing around with it to see if this device works for dance teachers. It's really created for classroom teachers who lecture or have a normal classroom with desks. So I wanted to see, can this actually work for us? So before I show you how it moves and how it works and my ideas on the best ways to use it, I want to just show you kind of different pieces that go together. So the first thing to know is that you can switch out this little piece, okay? And this is actually the what holds the iPad. So depending on your case or what type of iPad you have, they give you 3 different thicknesses to make sure that your iPad fits properly into the stand and so that you can feel confident that it's not gonna fall out or tip over, okay? They also give you these remotes, and this remote is what actually makes it follow you. Okay, so this is a really important piece of the technology. This has the sensor that tells the Swivl where to turn to see you. Okay, they gave us in the one we have, they gave us 3. So in a normal classroom, the teacher would be wearing the main one, and you could give these to other students. And what this would do is serve as a microphone. So these, in addition to being a sensor, it's also a microphone. So as you're walking around the room, the students can actually hear your voice quite well because they're picking it up from this. So you could give these to other students to wear so they could hear other conversations that are happening within the dance class. Now there's 2 ways you can wear this sensor. There's this long lanyard that you can wear around your neck, and there is this shorter one that you could put on your wrist. I recommend for dance teachers this one, okay? It's better for movement, and the camera, because we move around so much, is gonna pick you up better with this device. The only thing I've noticed is that sometimes when I'm walking around, it taps against my body, and it can do this kind of tapping sound while I'm teaching. So that is a little bit of a con, but it does pick up my voice quite clearly, and I'll show you some examples of that later on. There's also a way to connect this to multiple cameras. If that's something you were interested in, they do have the option to do that. And they obviously give you a lot of chargers because you need to charge the Swivl device in order for it to have enough battery to turn around and follow you as you're teaching. Now, in order for it to work, you need to have the Swivl app, okay? So it's very easy. You just download the app onto your iPad. This is the one here. And you download it here, and you have the ability to stream using Zoom. There's other apps that it can connect to as well, and you can just also record. So if you're just recording videos for your students, you can do that too. So you can live stream or you can pre-record. And if you pre-record, it will actually give you the option afterwards to take a look at your video, edit it further, and this is the library of me testing it out and using it, okay? So I'm going to switch over to actually using the Swivl so you can see me moving around the classroom, using it with music, and see kind of how it works. Okay, so here it is. I am officially using the Swivl device, and I'm recording using the Swivl app. So I'm not in Zoom right now. I'm actually on the app recording through Swivl. I'll show you how the Zoom recording looks and sounds so you can compare a bit later in this video. So this is really cool because as I get closer, it knows, usually, if it's being good, it knows to tip the camera up or down as I back away. Okay, so as I come forward, it begins to tip upwards so it can see my face. And as I move away, it starts to back up. Okay, and here I am just moving around the room, And you can see it's following me really well. I can still be heard because of the microphone, but you might notice there's a tapping, and that's because the microphone is tapping my jacket a little bit as I'm walking. So know that that might happen to you. You can make this lanyard a bit tighter around you, so that might affect the tapping noise, whether that actually happens or not. Or maybe you move around less than me when I walk, so it might not be as relevant to you. But you can tell that I do need to back up quite a bit for my full body to be seen. I'm pretty far back in the room right now. So what I've been doing to make this a bit more effective is I've been adding my wide angle lens. And if you've been following me for a while and been following the Dance Ed Tips page, you'll see that we really highly recommend, everyone on our team really recommends a wide angle lens, which is what this is. So now when I put that on, it actually, I don't have to be as far back for the camera to pick up my full body. So that's an addition I would recommend if you intend on getting this, is to invest in one of these. So I'm gonna put some music on so you can see what it's like to have the sound going while I'm also talking and teaching. I do want to point out that when you're recording on this device, you're not going to be able to play your music from this device. So you're going to need something else to play your music off of. So I have my phone connected to the speakers in the room. So I'm going to walk on over, and look, you're going to come with me. Isn't that cool? You're coming with me to turn up the music so that you can hear it. So the music's on now, and I'm talking while I am playing the music, and the sound of my voice coming all through here. So as I walk around, you should be able to still hear me quite clearly, and you should still be able to hear the music, which is good. So I would recommend playing your music in this speaker system quite loud so that it comes through on the Swivl. Now the one thing that I do want to point out is that I am not reversed right now, okay? So this is my right arm, so if you were to mirror me on this video, you would have your left arm, okay? So this app doesn't allow you to mirror it. If you wanted to mirror it, that would have to be a second step that you do when you are editing the video after it's done being recorded. So that's something to be mindful of while you're considering if this is a good option for you. Another thing you could do is actually, if you don't want to mirror it, you could actually put it behind you, which I've kind of experimented with in class, okay? So if you put it behind you, then you would be videoing yourself from the back, and the kids could see you from behind, and they could also see you in the mirror if you get the angle right. So that might be another option for you. I have found when doing this, though, that sometimes, because the sensor is in the front of me and the camera's in the back of me, it doesn't always work quite well. So sometimes when I'm using the device this way, I'll put the device behind me. So as you can see now, it's swinging behind me instead of in front of my body. And so it tends to work better if I have the Swivl this way. Okay, so now I am recording in Zoom. So I know a lot of you teach on Zoom, either remotely or you do hybrid classes. And so I wanted to show you kind of some of the similarities and differences between just doing a recording and actually teaching live on here. So the thing is, Zoom on your laptop is much better than Zoom on your iPad, okay? There are things that Zoom on your laptop can do that Zoom on the iPad doesn't. Things like sharing your sound directly with students. Also mirroring, there's a mirroring setting in Zoom on your laptop, so you don't have to reverse combinations. There's a way to do that, and if you're interested in that, I'll show you how to do that in another video. But with the iPad, you can't do those two things. So if you are going to be teaching live, you're either going to have to reverse the combination when you're teaching, okay, because this is my right arm, this is my left arm. And if you were to mirror me, you'd be on the opposite, you'd be on the wrong arm or the wrong leg. Okay, so that's something to think about when you're teaching live on Zoom, and also the fact that you're going to have to share the music through an external speaker system. I usually do it through the computer, which is really great. The kids say the sound quality is awesome, and I use headphones so they can hear me well. But with this, they're going to hear me through this microphone, right, which is going to be pretty good. But the music itself is going to be external. So I'm going to put the music on now so you can see what it kind of sounds like. Again, the quality of the internet you have, how quick it is, how many kids are on, that's all going to affect the quality of the audio, but you can have kind of an idea with me now. So you can follow me over here. That's so cool. I think it's so cool that you can follow me over here. It makes you really feel like you're in class, which is nice. Okay, so I'm going to turn up the music. And here we go. So the music is on. I'm walking around the room. You're hearing my voice through the lanyard and the device I have on my neck. So the same thing goes for Zoom as it does for when you're doing recordings. I recommend putting this behind you, okay? So like that, the kids can see you. If you have a mirror especially, it might be better. So I'd recommend putting it behind you so the students can see you in the mirror and then also can see you from the back. That would definitely make it feel like more like they were in class. And if you do that, again, I recommend putting this behind you so that the device can follow you a bit better. It does feel a bit weird to have it behind you because it feels like you kind of have it like one of those chokers from the 90s. But it does follow you better when you're wearing the device behind you and you're moving around the room. It does sound better like that, and it does usually work better like that as well. Okay, so the last thing I want to mention is if you are someone who uses a monitor to see the kids, this might not be a good option for you. So where I am here, I'm going to show you over here. So at my school, I actually connect my computer to this TV here because then I can see the kids at home much better than I would on my computer. It makes the boxes bigger. I can see them. I can give them feedback. When you're using a Swivl, your device, your iPad, is plugged into the Swivl. So there's no way for you to plug this in to your TV in order for you to project the kids. Okay, so that is kind of a con to using this. If you're someone who likes to give a lot of feedback, who doesn't want to come up here and look really closely at the boxes, you might want to go for a traditional setup where it's more of a computer with a TV monitor, which again, we have videos that show how to do that. My final thoughts are if you're doing pre-recorded videos and you need it to follow you, this is awesome, okay? You know, the music can be heard pretty well. It follows you really well. And the quality of your voice is pretty good because of this device here that's recording your voice and sending it to the device. If you're someone who teaches in Zoom, you are going to kind of miss out on some of the perks that come with teaching Zoom on the laptop. Okay, I personally prefer having this big view of everybody and be able to see everyone. I also like that I can mirror it in the Zoom on laptop. And there's just some things that Zoom on a computer can do that Zoom on an iPad can't. So it's not really the Swivl's fault, it's more the functions of Zoom on an iPad. So those are my thoughts for you. If you guys are interested in using a Swivl and you want more of a step-by-step tutorial on how to actually put everything together or how it all works together, then let me know. Put a message in the comments. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.